why don't we go ahead and jump into the brand new Avon.com. I hope you guys are ready because the new site is gorgeous. I There are things, it's not perfect, but I think this is a really great leap in the right direction. So first and foremost, the first thing that you need to know is that the site that everyone will be going to from now on, whether you're a customer or representative, is going to be Avon.com. I do feel the need to take another side note on that because the internet can be very specific about certain things, and when you're typing a web address, that is one of the things that is very specific about online. So when you're typing your address, please type in, there are only two sites that you should be using: Avon.com, no spaces. It doesn't matter what size caps or whatever that you're using, but you definitely need to have all spaces, or your store. So I'm gonna click on my store, and you'll see here that the website is avon.com/repstore, REPSTORE / your name. By / I mean the slash that is leaning towards the end of the sentence. Here in the US, we write from left to right. So the / leans to the right. It's like this one. And that / is going to be between the M, the last M of .com and Repstore, and before your name, whatever your reference code is. If you're not sure of your reference code, you can always look it up, but the easiest way to find your store is just click my store, and it would actually take you to your store. You'll see here I've actually already gone about setting up my store a little bit, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But I wanted to emphasize that a lot because there are a lot of reps who are getting lost and getting confused because they're typing all kinds of different things. All you need is Avon.com or Avon.com / Repstore / whatever your reference code is. Please stop typing spaces in your website. No more Avon now, no more your Avon.com, no more Avon space representative or Avon space, Avon now space, my Avon, all of that, it's gone. Please just type in Avon.com or Avon.com / Repstore / your reference code. That / reference code aspect of the site is new. So you can make sure that you are using that on your new printed material that you'll be sharing with your customers, whether you're sharing on social media or you're printing. But that's going to be the new site. But even with family, I make sure that I tell my family that you do not want to type things into search boxes when you go to a specific website, because you can, all kinds of things can go wrong. And I liken it to, it's like wanting to go, like you have a friend's house who you want to visit, and you know that friend's address, but instead of just going straight to that friend's address, which could be like 100 Park Lane, in reality there could be 100 Park Lane, Park Terrace, Park Drive, and if you type in the wrong thing, you could end up in a completely wrong place, whether you're putting into GPS or you're looking into it on a map. So you want to make sure first and foremost that you have the correct address, which is, for us, in our case, it's Avon.com or Avon.com / Repstore / your reference code. And you want to make sure that you go straight to your address. When you put spaces into an address, or when you type into a search, you don't go straight to the address. It's like, instead of going to your friend's house, going to the local post office and asking them for directions to your friend's house. Or worse, it's like asking some random person on the corner. That person's name could be Google or Bing or Yahoo, but it's just some random person, and asking them for directions to your friend's house, and where they send you is basically anywhere they want. So when you do a search, when you type just Avon into your address bar or search box, you're basically coming up on a list that is determined by Google, Yahoo, or Bing. And the ranking on that list, the first thing you get could be an ad, it could be a location on a map, it could be a blog or a newspaper article from 9 years ago, it could be anything. And where you end up is going to be determined by that third party, that person just standing on the corner, as opposed to going directly where you need to go. And that person, they could if in reality, like I live in New York City, you can't ask anybody anyone for directions, because that person could send you to the local crack house, and you won't know until you get there, and it's too late. And I really wanted to emphasize this, you guys, because there are way too many people who are typing in different things online, and I've like last night and even in the past, I hear people, and when I'm asking you about, or giving directions, like when you go to avon.com and you click sign in, people are saying to me, oh, I don't see the sign in link. And I always ask, okay, well, tell me what you see. And people are telling me they see Google Maps, they see Google search, they see all kinds of things that's not avon.com. And it's simply because they're not typing in the address correctly. And it's just really important. It's like Internet 101. And I think not enough people emphasize it because it is so basic. But again, if you're wrong from the start, you're going to end up in the wrong place. So avon.com or avon.com/website/your name. If you guys are old school, little side note, you can still use avon.com/rep equals and your reference code. That will work. You can still use your old links. So if you have a blog and you had old links on there, Avon updated it so that they all work together. But please, 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 I cannot emphasize enough that you need to use avon.com. And as a matter of fact, just this week I was on a site for something else, and I thought I had the website spelled correctly, but I was one letter off, just one letter, and I ended up on a different site that looked legit. It looked like it was the site that I wanted to be at, but something in my gut told me it was not the right site. And I, did a separate search, like, how do you spell this thing? I realized that I spelled it wrong, went to the correct site, but if I had not been paying attention, I would have gone in, entered my contact information and my personal information in the wrong site, and I would have gotten myself into trouble. So I just want to, not just for avon.com, this is again just across the board for internet. If you need to go to a website, whether it's, especially if it's a bank account or something like that, you want to type in the exact website. Stop searching, guys, because you're going to just save yourself a lot of trouble. And for those of you who are like, why is she harping on this for so long? I will say, for example, some of you have customers. Like, how does this relate to your business? You guys might have customers, and I've been hearing a lot of chatter about, oh, representatives are stealing my customers, or my customer, I get stories from reps who are like, oh, my customer placed an order and I'm not seeing it in my dashboard. And when I call them, they tell me they placed the order, but when I check the reference code, the order was placed, but I'm not seeing it. And then it turns out they placed the order with another representative. That happened because they typed Avon, or shop Avon, shop space Avon, or Avon, AVON, no.com into their search box or into their address bar, and they got to Google or Yahoo or Bing, and they were routed wherever. And if you're a rep, you might be trying to find avon.com now so that you can continue to work on your website, and you may not be seeing what everybody is talking about. You're seeing maps and all this other stuff. It's because the address just isn't typed correctly. So avoid all that drama. Train yourself, train your team, train your customers, encourage them to do this the right way. Tell them about the dangers of typing in the wrong address and going to the wrong website. Let them know. And, just avoid all the possible things that can go wrong, like lost orders and lost customers. All right, so why don't we go ahead and jump into the next thing. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this over so you guys can see what I'm doing. And again, just let me know as you have questions. Please just type your question and then your question in the chat box so it sends out to me. So this is basically the new Avon website. I love that it's interactive, that you've got all these videos that you can click on, and that each video has a set of products that you can see that are connected to, let me just turn this down a little bit, that are connected to the specific products so that your customer can shop. So if you haven't had a chance already, I know that there have been some outages in some areas. I know it's because we're all trying to get on the site and place our orders at the same time, but this is what the site looks like. So the first instructions that you were given are to check your info and make sure that your info is correct. But of course, I have to just, kind of browse around. So first, I'm looking at the digital catalog. This is going to be what your customers will see. This is how they can browse through the digital catalog. Key things here are these images. I don't know if you guys have ever had customers look at a image in the catalog and say, oh, I want what that person in the catalog is wearing. Now they can click that image and see all the products that the model in the catalog is wearing or that they're showing in the flat lay. So I'm just showing you this like this eye makeup look. These images are not just to specific products, they kind of give you an overview of all the products. So FYI, something you should know for your customers. So why don't we go ahead and log in. When you do, you're going to type your email address. They've talked about this in the training they did earlier today, but I'm just showing you. You're going to get that little pop-up. Make sure you have access to your email. Once you're in the site, it's going to start looking a little different. You're basically going to have this big manage business link that's now in the middle of the website, and your shop and all of that stuff is going to be a little bit different. So manage business is probably where we're all gonna live because that holds all of your tools, your dashboard. They're basically all migrated over from the old website. They're just reorganized in a way that's a little bit easier to read. So my dashboard is the first one. Your web office is in the second row. Those are kind of the areas that I focus on, but you'll also see your dashboard information has sort of received, it basically looks similar, but I feel like it has more detailed stuff, like these things at the bottom, your top searches and your top trending searches. I think that's also, hey, thanks for joining, and thanks for saying hi. Stacy, I am going to get to that right now. So this is the video that you have to upload. Basically, you're going to upload your video to YouTube ahead of time, and then you're going to take that YouTube link. This is my YouTube video that I have already uploaded. I'm going to go in and copy that link, and I'm going to go back to my Avon website and paste it into the boxes. They made it really simple and easy for you to follow along. You'll see on the right above the video, you type in the link and then your video comes up. You type in the title of your link. I just copied my title over from the video that I have on YouTube, and then you can write a little description. So once you do that, this is me looking to see what my description is. I mentioned in my video that all my links are in the chat box below. So I just copied that into the description, and I'm gonna just update that. Now, cool thing, the first thing about your, when you upload a video, the first thing you get is a little list of products that you can add to it. For me, this was my intro, like my welcome sort of video, that I was just the first thing that I just wanted to upload. So it wasn't like a specific product intro video. So I was like, okay, well, what was I wearing? What were some of the things that I used? So when you do that, you can then search for those products and then add them to your video. So if your customer is watching your video and thinking, oh, what lipstick does she have on, or what eyeliner, or what eyeshadow, or whatever, they can come in and you'll see I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I was wearing in the first place and then adding those products. Cool thing about this is, for example, I use a lot of the FMG, basically our FMG line makeup. Basically all of our makeup is becoming FMG. So when I search FMG, I can basically pull up all the makeup. And I realized that if you scroll through this list, you can select more than one product. So if I'm wearing a full face of FMG cashmere lipstick, FMG glimmer eyeliner, glimmer shadows, eyeshadow quads, I can select all of those things and I can add it in to that product description. So I'm just kind of going back and forth between the video and my Avon.com to see what I was wearing. Was I wearing any jewelry, anything that from Avon that stood out, and I'm just adding it. So once it's all in, you'll see it kind of shows up in that little box underneath my video, and that becomes a featured video. You can also upload images. I'm gonna show you the little preview after you upload images, so you can have not only videos but images of the products, you know, just like a sort of like an Instagram, like a shoppable Instagram. You can add that to your site, and you can have your customers shop either your videos or shop your images that you share. I'm just going to go in and change up my background. I like to make my page look unique, so you go in, pick a background you like, but make sure that you're updating, you know, make sure that all your social media channels, your information is correct. take some time to update your personal information, leave a little message. Here I'm just adding all the social media channels that I want to be shown. You don't have to select. If you don't have, for example, Pinterest or Twitter, you don't have to add that. You also have the option to select some featured products. I just let Avon choose those featured products for me. You can change that later on. And now I'm gonna go, let's see what we want to do. I'm gonna name my store. This is a name that you can use for anything. I just happen to have Avon by Georgiana on my Facebook. It's what I put on my brochure, so that's what I'm gonna use. You can use Avon Shop, Shop with Sally, Shop with Jane, whatever your name is. I know a lot of you have a different sort of name that you use. You could do that as well. For my info, I'm just jumping over to my blog to see what what I use on my blog, what quotes, what information that I could pull over into my description, just to avoid having to write it again. So if you have a website or on your social media channels, if you have any of that you can use, I'm gonna see if I can squeeze this quote in here. Let me just see if that fits. It does not. So we're gonna figure out what else we can use. What's in my description? Let me see if I can just take this whole description over. Oh, Aneta, while I'm typing in my description, the app isn't up for smartphones yet. Some people said it was for iPhones, but it's not loading yet. So they're still working on the apps. I think right now they're focusing on getting the bugs out of the website. Hope that answers your question. I think that was a question. I didn't see the question or a question mark. So if you're just letting us know, thank you. We appreciate that. So let me just figure out what you can do for my welcome message. And this could be anything, you know, whatever you want your customers to know. I know all of you have something a little bit different that you want to share. Please by no means feel like it has to be generic. And as a matter of fact, I would encourage you to make it as unique as possible, because one of the things that makes this website, the new Avon.com, so unique is that everyone's page is a little bit different. And you notice that Avon didn't auto-populate any of this information. They want to encourage us to write our own things so that when customers come in, each rep's page looks slightly different and each rep's page stands out. When you're doing a search, all of this information is going to show up. So you don't want the customer to do the search and then everybody has the same cookie cutter information, because it's going to be harder for people to stand out for you, and you want to stand out. You want to show, this is your opportunity to set yourself apart from everyone else, to make that connection with your customer. So the way you should write, the way you speak, or write the way that you write. You should use terms and, you know, stuff that you would say. Please don't feel like you have to copy what other reps are doing because theirs is better than yours. This is really just yours. And I'm kind of taking a little bit of time to fiddle with this because I really want it to sound like me. My introduction message, I'm really literally just gonna copy and paste from my about page from my website. I've tweaked it a lot over the years, and I just want to use the same. You know, I'll change this up a little bit, but don't feel like you have to have a whole paragraph or again copy. This is literally just my story, a little bit about me. So when someone sees this, they can get a snapshot into my life. You can put as much or as little as you want about yourself, about your family, about your business. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because I did this last night, but basically I uploaded some images as well. You just click that add button, click upload image, that little box pops out of the window on the right, and you can basically just pull up whatever images you have on your phone or on your computer, and you'll see that Avon has also started to populate that with some of their images. So even if you don't have any, it's not going to be blank. And then here we have the digital catalog. So even from your like personal page, I love that you can send a customer to this page and they can see on the left hand side about you and your interests and why you love selling Avon and your contact information. They can see whatever videos you're sharing on social media, whatever images you're sharing on social media. And for those of you who have been leery of taking and sharing photos, this is another reason why you want to start, because you can also feature those photos on your page and kind of tag the different products. And I know you guys, I shop Instagram and Pinterest all the time, so I love being able to just get those products. Your customers will love it too. And the brochure is just here too. So any questions about that? I see Culture Shokins, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, says they're loving it. They feel like they're starting for success to increase sales and recruitment being themselves. I love that too. So here's one huge thing that I know you guys all had questions about, the invoicing tool. So I hope you guys just saw how I got there. But basically, we're going to go into our invoice. And a lot of people were wondering, how do you create an invoice for the customers who don't have email address, because they're not going to be in your address book? All you do is you type in create new invoice, new customer, type in their name. Here I created new customer Sally, and it's going to populate on that invoice. So you can change your service charge and your tax rate. I think Avon did a demonstration of how they did that as well. So if you want to see that in slow motion, you could watch that video. And I'm going to go over and start adding products. You can search for an item, or you can enter a name. So let's say you've made like a custom basket that's not a specific product, or maybe you have a product that's no longer available and in your stock, and you're adding that to the invoice. You can do that. You can just type in the product name, let's say, FMG Cashmere or whatever. You'll see that I can type that in. I can type in whatever I want, FMG Cashmere, Avon basket, Avon special order mystery box bundle, whatever I made up, and I could put there. Or you can search for the name of an existing product. And every time you do that, and this is just across the board, whenever you're searching for products, I love that the image comes up so you know what product you're looking for and what product you're getting. So once you get that, you see, the campaign, the quantity, the price, the regular price, and the sale price. Again, all of that information is there, and then you can just add that product. Let's just add another one. I'm going to show you typing it in with the product number. Let's just pick a random number, see what comes up. All right, here, let's pull this necklace, update at info, throw one in, and now this becomes my customer's order. And let's go ahead and see if we can see a preview. Oh, we cannot, because that's a different window that I am not recording. Okay, so when you hit preview, you're gonna see a preview of the printed invoice, and there's gonna be a link in the top right that's gonna say print or save. Basically, I'm gonna encourage you guys to save the PDF of your invoice. That way you can, I'm just playing around with the message to show you guys how you do that. But basically, I would encourage you guys to print the PDF of your customers' invoices. A lot of people were saying, okay, Avon is no longer allowing us to save the info of our customers who don't have an email address, but you can still save it on your device. You can save it on your phone if you're working on your mobile device, or if you're working on your PC. I run my business from my devices, so you can save the PDF, and that way you can still track your customers' orders. What I like to do is save it by the campaign. So I would write like I would start with the year. So it'd be 2021, then the campaign number, then the customer's name. So when I'm ready to search, in my computer, I can search either by the year, the campaign number, or the customer. And I can go back and, I've been doing this for years. I can literally go back probably to 2009 and see my customers' invoices. And that's how I've done that. So let's jump up to our customers and groups. Two features that I like about this that we didn't have before: you can see your new customers and your changed customers. I thought this was really important because sometimes a customer changes their email address or their mailing address. I mail stuff to my customers, prizes and brochures and all of that. And I love that I can see the customers who have changed their contact info, so that I can update my information. Sometimes my customers will text me and say that they changed their info, but sometimes they won't. And that way allows me to basically pull my customers and see who's change their info. All right, so let's jump back to avon.com. I see some questions rolling in. Let's tackle those questions. So, well, before I jump into your new questions, I hope I answered your questions about how to place an order for a customer who does not have an address. It's actually not that bad. You basically just create a new name, a new invoice, add their name, and then add their products. Easy peasy. When you're checking out, though, you would place the order for all of the customers' products in your bag in your own personal order. So, for example, for myself, whoops. Okay, so if I wanted to, let's just take these hand creams. I'm gonna select order for myself, and then this window is smaller than it should be. Okay, I'm gonna select order for myself, the campaign that I want. It's the same price in either campaign, and I don't have any special offers in a campaign that I would be looking out for. So I'm just going to choose any campaign. I'm going to add to order, and I would just add all my products to order myself. And then when I go to checkout, you're going to see this little pop-up window on the side. All those products are going to come up under my name. And then when I'm ready to create the invoice for the customer, then I would either come back in and go to that invoice creation tool and type in the item number, because these products are all still available, or type in the product name to do a search, or let's say it sells out and it just so happens that I am the only one with stock. It's no longer available on avon.com, but I ordered it. I can type in a custom name and put it on my customer invoice that way. So you are sort of adding it twice. You're adding it to your cart to buy it. So think of it as like in the past, if you were buying products to add to your stock, you would buy it under your own name and ship it to yourself. And then when you sell it to a customer, you would generate an invoice for them. That's basically all that is happening there. Digital catalog, Angela, I can help you with that. So I like a couple of features on the digital catalog. So here we have, this is the rep version of this again. So for example, customers won't see what's new. There are two ways that you can handle the digital catalog. You can either drag your mouse and sort of move around, or you can use these arrows to click and move around depending on what's easier for you. Let's go ahead and look into the what's new, because I haven't had a chance to yet. So when the what's new opens, you can use your mouse to kind of click and drag up, and then it'll go by category. So you've got your jewelry, you've got your fashion, some shoes, all of that. You can also use your mouse wheel. You can't see me doing this, but I can also just use my mouse wheel to scroll through the categories. You can go through your contents. If you click this link on the side, this is basically all those things that I was scrolling through. It's like a little snapshot of all of those pages, so I don't manually have to like roll my mouse wheel or drag my my pointer down the page. I can just sort of drag up. And let me show you, let me show you it on mobile. So if you look at the bottom right hand of the screen, this is a mobile version. So of basically the Avon website on a mobile phone. So let's look at our digital catalog. I think I clicked something. Let me click digital catalog. When it opens, this is the customer version of the digital catalog. Same thing, you would just use your finger and scroll. The website on digital essentially looks the same as on desktop. And I know, who was it in the chat box? Aneta, you were asking about the app for iPhones and smartphones. This little window on the right is basically me on my phone. Because the Avon.com site is now optimized for mobile, it essentially looks the same. I don't know about you guys. I hear a lot of people asking about the app, and in all the years that I've been doing Avon, I've never had a need for the app because I can always just do every single thing on mobile, like on my device, and I haven't needed the app. So this is for Angela. This is the website. You have a header, which is your features that you can sort of scroll through. You have your different categories, which you can scroll through, and you know it's scrollable by these little dots at the bottom of the of each section, and it tells you sort of, it's like a marker to let you know, just like on social media, like if you're scrolling through images on Instagram, it lets you know which page of that group you're in. So you just scroll and you click. When you want to check out on an item, let's just, actually, I think this is a video. If you click a video, it'll play, but they also have the different products in that, like every product that's featured in this group, like these are images, but all the products that are featured are also here at the bottom. You can also click to view all of the products and scroll through this way. We're in the holiday section, so these are all the holiday products. Let's go down to fragrance. We can see, instead of scrolling through this way or this way, you can click and scroll through this way. It's really just giving you guys a lot of different options for how you like to go through. So if you just want to get the product you want, you can. I like to sort of browse around. I like these little interactive images that I can watch. They're interesting. You can do that as well. Another thing, let me scroll back up to the top, is your try it tool. Mine isn't going to work right now because I'm obviously using my camera to talk to you. If I had a second camera, we could probably do that. We could try that if you guys want. But I think it's pretty straightforward. A couple of cool things. Let me see if I could just switch. Let's try it out. Why not? I'm going to do it from here. Let me see. Let me do it from my main page, just because that's a little bit easier. We'll try this and see if we don't make this whole thing crash. Virtual try on. I'm gonna go, let me just show you where I'm going. So just going to the brochure, clicking on try it, get virtual makeover. Mine wants to use my camera, but my camera is currently in use. So I can either choose a model, one of Avon's existing models with like various skin tones, or I can upload a photo. What's a photo? Sheesh. Let's try this. I'm gonna see if I could swap my photos. And try that again. You won't have this problem on your computer. Mine is just giving me trouble because I'm already using my camera. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do it. So basically, virtual makeover is really straightforward. You just connect it to a camera, connect it to your phone or your computer, and it'll let you do that try on tool. I might have to do another video of that later on so that you guys can see how that works. But that's basically the brochure for you, Angela. I hope that helped. I hope you sort of have a better understanding of how that works. But I would encourage you guys to just scroll through everything, because there are a lot of features and a lot of different things that you can, a lot of different ways to sort of browse the brochure, whether you're on mobile or you're on a desktop. Here I'm just in categories. I can see all my concerns. Instead of, like, if I don't want to use my mouse or scroll manually, I can click on the specific category up here as well. I could click on it through the contents, this sidebar on the left. If I'm on mobile, all of those same tools are there, so you can basically access the website the same way, whether you're on mobile or desktop, and they are it's basically the same, whether you're on mobile or desktop. I wanted to be able to show you guys, because I know sometimes you have questions like, oh, on my iPhone it's not there, what do I do? One thing that's going to be really different on mobile and the desktop, you'll see on desktop there's a line of options at the top. You don't really have as much on the website, but everything you need is going to be in this sidebar as well. So you can always you know, click on the digital catalog, click on find the rep, you know, do all of these tools here if you're on desktop. So they call this the hamburger menu. That's basically where everything's going to be on desktop. So great. So I answered that question for you, Angela. I'm so glad. I think that was all of the things that you guys were concerned about, desktop versus mobile, the Avon Go app. I mean, I haven't seen the Avon Go app yet because it hasn't been released, so I'm not sure. I mean, like I said, I've never used Avon now. I've never used Avon Go. I've always just used, I would just literally go to the website on my mobile device, type in avon.com, avon.com, period, avon.com, no spaces, no search, no nothing. It brings me right to the site, and it's really easy and simple to use, and it's interactive, so you can basically find everything that you need here and do everything that you would in an app on the website in the same way. So those are some of the things that I did to set up my site. You guys can see I've got my my little videos up. I have some products listed, just something to make it interesting. This is literally all eye candy to engage your customers and show them a little more about you. These are all chances that you have as a rep to set yourself apart from your all the other representatives in the US. So take advantage of those little opportunities, and make sure that you do them. Keep in mind though that in order to upload a video, you do have to upload them to YouTube to begin with. But once you've uploaded the video, don't feel like you're stuck. You can never change it again. You can use these little featured, nice. So I can like pin things for my customers to see to stand out. That's cool. I didn't see that yesterday. So you can add, you can edit, you can click these little the ellipsis, these little dots on the side of anything. You can take it out, you can edit it, you can delete it. You can see there is a weird thing that the website is doing with this image. For some reason, whenever I try to upload it, it rotates it. So there are still a couple of buggy things that are working out, but they'll get it because it'll pick up after a while. Keep in mind there are a lot of reps and customers who are all trying to get in the site at the same time. I had some other things that I wanted to show you that just were not running because, yeah, you were just getting the spinning circle. Oh, it works today. All right, so here's Vibe. You guys can see Vibe, Avon U, and Avon Rewards. They've been taken out of this Manage Business menu and put at the top, which I love because these are the things that I think we access a lot. So it's nice that they're sort of called out. And let's see, when you open Vibe, it is going to open in a new browser, and then you'll be able to see all of your details for yourself and your team and all of that jazz in a separate page. I think there were a lot of people asking if there was, where Vibe is going to be, where Avon University is going to be. They're all still there. It's just all on a new website. So that's it basically for me for getting started, the things that you need to do when you get started, and some tips for how to, kind of work around some of the things that you guys had questions about. Aneta, a replay, I don't know. I'm going to go through this video and make sure that I have to keep my customers and personal information safe. So I'm going to go through the video, see if there's anything that I need to cover up and re-upload. But I probably will repost to YouTube. But of course, if you guys have questions, you can always reach out to me. You can send me an email at georgianapluslive@bossladies.com. Please add, again, just being mindful of not even grammar, but the way that you put info. If you want to get around my spam filter in my email, if I don't know you, just add that +live on my email address so that I can get your emails. Again, though, please keep in mind, I don't work for Avon. If you feel like the sky is falling or if you don't like stuff, I am not the person to send that info to. This is not the place for that. But if you have a question, you can send me your questions. I'll be more than happy to help. But also, Avon U does have a lot of specific training on all of these things. So you can go through the trainings and you can see how to do, little things so that you can learn the new website. You can see topics are all here. All this stuff, digital catalog, is all in this left-hand column if you want to jump ahead. You can click this and you can see all the specific trainings that are about the Avon experience. They're in English and Spanish. And Avon is going to be doing a lot of videos over the course of the next few weeks to introduce you. There's actually one going on right now, and I just didn't realize that it was planned for today. So there's one happening now that you can also catch the replay of. But whenever Avon sends out a new training or resource, you're going to find it in your email, in the buzz. They're going to put all of the little activities and events that are happening for the year. You know, anytime there's something new, they throw it in here so you can see all the things that are coming up. You can also check out the insider blog. I like to just come in here for little things for both customers and reps are sometimes in here. Like I said, Avon University is another one. And the business calendar, if you want like specific training classes, you can always come to the Avon calendar. They give you like really good tips here regularly. Almost daily there's a training. Like today we had getting started on youravon.com and then at 2, customize your online store. That's the class that's going on now. So make sure, manage business calendar, you can see all the things that are happening that you can register, even if you can't attend at that time. That's okay, Bethany. Even if you shared on LinkedIn, I'm sorry, even if you missed a training, or if you can't catch it, if you're not available at that time, if you subscribe, like if you register to take the class, let's see how to customize your Avon store. If you register, they're going to email you. You can access that Zoom webinar even after the live stream is over. You can also get into their Facebook. Let me see if they have the representative Facebook page. Oops. I feel like that it used to be under like one of the tabs at the top, but it's not there anymore. It could just be buried and I'm not picking up where that is. There is a link. Oh, wait, is that it? I think that's an invitation to share. Yeah, that's the share. They do have like the generic Avon Facebook links, but I do kind of need to poke around a little bit to see where the representative Facebook page is now. That might be something that's just somewhere that I can't see, but oops, here we go. There it is. So the official social selling page also has a lot of trainings, and a lot of the Zoom videos and meetings that they do also show up here. So here, for example, this was a video that was on an hour ago where they walked through getting started. Oh no, this is probably the 2 o'clock meeting. So you can jump on to these videos. Expand.
And with your new website, my name is Sue
And
Parker,
you can see
manager of
all of the past videos that they did and catch up if you missed the meeting. So that's it for me.
To my store video. And
turn that off. So that's it for me, guys. Again, I hope you, yeah, Bethany, there literally is a training every day. And you don't have to feel like you have to watch the trainings every day. I batch. I will wait for the weekend and then I'll just watch all the trainings if I wasn't able to jump onto the trainings earlier. But that's definitely an option as well. So there are a lot of tools and resources out there for you guys for the new website. I just wanted to do a walkthrough today to kind of create that open forum so you guys could come in and ask your questions so that you don't feel like a specific thing that you're looking for is missing. But Avon is also doing a lot of trainings, and they're going to continue to do a lot of trainings for quite some time. But I would just encourage you, get in there and click stuff. You're not going to break the system. Nothing is going to go wrong. You you'll learn the website better from your own experience, just getting in there and poking around, just like I did today. Like, oh, okay, I see this, I want to update that, I want to change that, I want to make it more mine, I want to make it more unique. Or, oh, I see something else, now I know where to find it for later on. But it's great that everything here is in the one website, because you'll also be able to guide your customers. And for those customers who later on become representative, whether it's just for their discount, like once they realize that it's all the same, and as a rep they get their 20% discount, I think more customers are going to be jumping on as reps. But whether it's a customer who becomes a rep for the discount, or who becomes a rep to run it as a serious business, they're already going to be familiar with the site. For those of you who remember when you first joined, it was a learning process to learn your Avon.com or Avon Now, because it was a different system, but now it's all the same system. So it's going to even make that transition a little bit easier. So yeah, so that's it for me, guys. I hope that you found this helpful. I hope you picked up a few more tips, and that you got a chance to get your questions asked, and that I covered the questions that you guys have been asking for a while. And again, if you have any questions, you can let me know. I'll be more than happy to do another video or a live stream with you guys and share walking through with you. But I hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys all soon.